Hello everyone, welcome back to this Art of Fashion. Hope you have a wonderful day. Today's episode is going to be on how to cut this lovely A-line dress. So I'll be using this fabric for it. It's a lustrous lace fabric. So I'll be transforming it from Iru and Boba to this gown. But what we're having here is that this particular Iru and Boba, we cannot cut it straight because it has been cut already. So that's why the A-line dress, the style here is going to have an half cut. Then we join an half cut to the down part to give us a full dress. So that is what I want to do here now. So the first thing I'll be cutting out here, I'll be using the gele, the hair tie, to make the half cut. You understand? So I'm using the hair tie to do the half cut. So I want to know the length of the euro first. So I'm having 50 something here, 50 inches. Yes, the 50 inches here, and the whole length of this now is 58 inches, but I'm not going to make it a yoke. I'm going to make it an half cut. By the time I make it a yoke, it might not be okay. So let me make it an half cut so that it will be fine. So making this an half cut now, I'll be folding my gele into 4, leaving my zip allowance at the back, then taking the necessary measurement. So this is the length of the half cut. We're having 18 inches for the length of the half cut with the seam allowance, then taking the 9 inches for the shoulder 9 inches, then with the shoulder slant of 1 inch is here, shoulder slant of 1 inch, here is it. Then I'm going to slant it up to the center of both back and front, as you know. Then the length of the armhole is also going to be 9 inches. After 9 inches, the next thing I'm going to take here now is the 18 inches for the half length. So this is 18 inches for the half length. So the remaining excess, we're going to cut it out. So we cannot go up to the bust measurement and take the bust measurement of 48 inches. So that is 12 inches in 4 places. So this is 12 inches. Then I'm going to add a seam allowance to it. A seam allowance of 2 inches. 2 inches of seam allowance is there. So I'll now go down to the waist line and take the waist measurement of 46 inches. So that is 11.5 inches in 4 places. Is going to give us 46 inches. The seam allowance of 2 inches as well. Then I'm going to connect it together. So after connecting it, I'm going to cut it out. So after cutting it out, don't forget our length is 18 inches, not the whole length of the fabric that we folded out. So I'm going to confirm again. So here is the point, then you can now trim it out. So here is after the trimming. So this is what we're having here. You can see it now. Then the next thing we're going to take here is to take the princess dart on the dress. To take that now, I'll be taking a measurement from the shoulder to the breast point. So after that now, the next thing I'm going to take is the distance of the bust, which is 5 inches. The 5 inches is the same allowance is there. So this is my 5 inches. I'll not come to the armhole measurement here and take away some inches from the armhole. Let's say I'm taking away 5 inches from the armhole. So this is my 5 inches. So from that 5 inches to the 5 inches to the breast point, I'm going to connect everything together like this. You can see. So this is a princess dart, the normal princess dart. So at this area of the half cut, I'm going to take my 5 inches as well, then connect everything together to give us a straight line. So we are done with the princess dart at the half cut. Since we have done with the princess dart, the next thing here is to mark out our neckline. Then we're going to cut everything together. So the wideness of the neckline here is going to be 6 inches. Then we cannot take the deepness of the neckline. The deepness of the neckline for the front here is going to be 5 inches. But by the time I saw it, I joined the two shoulder, then I realized that it's not that deep enough. I can still lower it. So I'm going to connect it to the wideness of the shoulder now. Before, I cannot cut out the back neckline. No, the back neckline it won't be the same as the front neckline. So the back neckline here is not going to be as low as the front neckline. So I will make use of 3 inches instead of 5 inches. So I'm cutting it out. You can see it now. You can see this is not constant, depending on how wide you want the neck to be. I'm dividing the back where the zip is going to pass through. I'm dividing the back. So I'm going to notch out the back. So the back is not going to have a princess. I've placed it on it to notch the back. So here's the notching of the back. You can see it now. You can see I'm notching it out. So that is the back. We're going to make a dart with it. So let me now keep this aside now. Then we cut out our princess dart at the front. So here is the front that has a princess dart, you can see. So here is it. Here is it. So by the time I cut this out now, the next thing I'm going to cut out here is going to be the down part. The down part. So here is the down part. This is what you're going to use to make a design around the neckline. This is what I'm making use of, you can see. So I just want something that will come out than that good on the lace. So since we have 18 inches for the half cut before, the next thing we're going to have here is it's going to be 40 inches. It's going to be 40 inches. So that's I'm taking my this thing up, the half cut up, then take the length, the full length of the dress. So it's supposed to be 40 inches, but I'm making use of 42 inches. Don't forget because of the seam allowance. So instead of 50 now, instead of 58 now, I'm making use of 60 or 59 inches. Because no, we're not going to tape the down part of the lace. So from here now, I'm going to take the exact measurement we took at the waist measurement, which is going to be 46 inches. That is 11.5 in 4 places. So with the same allowance of 2 inches as well. So I'm taking the necessary measurements here. From that point, I'll be using 10 inches for the hip point of 10 inches. So this is where you're going to determine our hip. And the hip is 52 inches. That is 13 inches. So I'll be taking 13 inches wideness at the hip line, 13 inches at the hip line. So, and I'll be adding a seam allowance to it as well. So here is 13 inches. You can see 13 inches. You can see the line of the hip point. That's where I determine my hip measurement. So from here now, I'm going to slant it down to the full length of the dress. You know, it's an A-line. The reason why we determine the hip point is just to know the wideness of the hip. You can see the distance now that by the time I slant it down, it's not going to be tight at all. So that's why we have to determine the hip point before cutting out our A shape for those people that have body, you know. So I cannot cut everything out now. So here is after cutting it out. You can see the down part of the dress. Then we're going to join our half cut through to make a complete dress. You can see it now. So here we're going to cut out the front, just make out a straight cut down at the center of the front, but at the back, don't forget there's not going to be a princess dart, it's just a dart. So I'm trying to chalk it down now so as to give me a straight line. So after marking everything, then you can now join the lines together just to have a straight line. You can see. Then after that, you can now cut it out. So I'm cutting for both back and front, but I'm going to stop the back because it's just going to be a dart at the back. So that will now cut out the front, the full length of the skirt. So after the cuttings, here is it. You can see this is the front and here is the back. The back is only the dart, like I said earlier, and that is the front that will cut down. We're still going to join it back with the half cut, and here is the half cut. By the time we join this together now, it's going to give us the princess dart. You can see it's coming from the armhole. So the next thing to cut out here now is the sleeve. So this is what I'm using for the sleeve. The length is my perfect sleeve with the seam allowance here. This is about 25 inches. Then I'll go down with 4 inches just to draft out the shape of the sleeve, the armhole, the side you're going to attach to the armhole, just like S. You can see it now. Then I'm going to cut it out. So here is after the cuttings. Then when you check out the sleeve properly, you see that it has 2 steps edge of lace on it. So this is just what I'm going to use. I'm going to place it on the sleeve like this. You can see the wideness of what I'm using here is 5.5 inches. The half inch is going for the seam allowance. There will be left with 5 inches. So that is what I'm going to place on the sleeve like that. So I'll be leaving the distance so that it won't be on each other. So by the time I place it finished, you're going to see it properly. So here is the skirt, that is the half cut, and that is the sleeve. So let me go and join everything together now and show you the finishing. Yeah, the finished work so far. This is after joining it together. This is the trimmings I told you I'm going to put at the neckline. You can see the way I place it. This is the body. This is the princess dart. You can see the joining at the waist is not going to be obvious. So this is the sleeve. The steps that I told you is on the sleeve. You can see the 2 steps edge of lace that I placed on the sleeve, and here at the front you can see how beautiful this turns out. If you're watching for the first time, what are you waiting for? Just have to subscribe to my channel for more amazing tutorials. And for those people that have already subscribed, I really appreciate you guys for watching my video. Always see you in my next tutorial. Bye.